Okay, so they thought it was armed. So I went on a tangent about the whole cultural thing, but that's important. I think that's important for you to keep that in mind. McMichael stated he and Travis got in the truck and drove down Satilla Drive toward Buford Drive. McMichael stated when they arrived at the intersection of Satilla Drive and Holmes Drive, they saw the unidentified male running down Buford Drive. McMichael then stated Travis drove down Buford and attempted to cut off the male. McMichael stated the unidentified male turned around and began running back the direction from which he came, and quote unquote Roddy attempted to block him, which was unsuccessful. McMichael stated he then jumped into the bed of the truck, and he and Travis continued to Holmes in an attempt to intercept him. All right, so this whole idea, the assumption is that now let's think about this. Now, what's being fed to us in the media? Let's slow down for a moment. Try not to rush. Let's slow down for a moment. What's given to us in the media is that this Ahmaud Arbery was just a jogger. People are jogging for Ahmaud because he was just jogging. That's all it was. He was jogging. And in this police report, they say he was a suspected person in a series of things that's going on, and they saw him running down the street. So to me, seems like, now I'm thinking about it as the story goes on, that Greg and Travis, they noticing him go by he's from the surveillance footage. They noticing him go by, and they's like, okay, this is the guy, so we gotta see what's going on. This is what it looks like just from this report. All right. And so now you have them running after him in one direction, and then he eludes them. He dodges them and goes another direction. So they attempt to intercept him again. Now, keep this in mind. At this point, he's just trying to get away from them. That's all we know, is that he's just trying to get away. They suspect he's someone who's been a part of some burglaries, and they're going after him. They suspect. This is all we know right now. And then he eludes them and goes another direction. They catch up to him. They try to intercept him again. This is all the report is saying right now, okay? Nothing concrete yet. This is just the report of what's being given to the officer who's on the scene, all right? So going back to, let's continue. You guys still see it. I hope you guys can see it okay, because I know it may not show up as well for you guys. I'm sorry if it doesn't. If I see something worth highlighting, I will. It said Michael stated that Michael stated they saw the unidentified male and shouted, "Stop, stop. We want to talk to you." So this is the claim. This is the claim that they made clear to Ahmaud that they just wanted to talk. Now, guys, let's be fair. You know what I'm saying? You see, now, according to you see in the footage, you see two men, one with a shotgun, one on the back of a tailgate of the truck with another gun. You're not gonna, because they say they want to talk to you, you're not just gonna think they want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna be kind of off to me too. Keep in mind, there's nothing suspected of Ahmaud at this point. He's just a runner. He's just someone jogging. All right. I'm not even getting to the rest of the evidence yet. This is just what is being given to us. He's a jogger. He's running. These guys think he's a suspect. They chasing after him. He eludes them. He keeps eluding them. And then they get to the point, they intercept him and they tell him, "Stop, stop. We just want to talk." Yeah, I'm not gonna trust that either. If I'm just minding my own business, running down the road, and you trying to stop me and you got guns, no, I'm not gonna trust that you just want to talk to me. For some reason, I'm not gonna trust that you just want to talk to me. All right, so let's be completely clear about that. So this is the claim. This is what they're saying in the police report. They said, "Stop, stop. We want to talk to you." But Michael stated they pulled up beside the male and shouted, "Stop" again. And at which time Travis exited the truck with the shotgun. Now, from we see from the video, this ain't necessarily the case here, because Travis was already outside the vehicle before he pulled up beside. He was actually, Ahmaud was behind the truck. So there's some questions here with this report and what's being given on this report, and this may go against them in the court. It may just be. And so they said, Michael stated they pulled up beside the male and shouted, "Stop, stop" again, at which time Travis exited the truck with the shotgun. Now, this may not be a play-by-play, but what I suspect happened is that, of course, Ahmaud is in front of them. So Travis must have pulled the truck by him, right? Came up alongside him, said stop while Ahmaud's still running, and decided to pull up ahead and stop his truck and exit. That's most likely how it happened, though they didn't give a play-by-play in this incident report. Now that may bite them because they wasn't as clear and specific, but that just makes sense to me. Ahmad was already ahead of them. They were running after him, and therefore it would make sense that they pulled up alongside him, yelled stop, and then went up ahead, stopped the vehicle in front of them because they were attempting to intercept him. All right. So they were looking to get in front of him and stop him. Okay. So it's just being fair with information here. McMichael stated the unidentified male began to violently attack Travis, and the two men then started fighting over the shotgun. At which point, Travis fired a shot, and then a second later there was a second shot. McMichael stated the male fell face down on the pavement with his hand under his body. McMichael stated he rolled the man over to see if the male had a weapon. He didn't. I observed blood on McMichael's hands from rolling the unidentified male over. Photographs were taken of McMichael's hands and were uploaded to Spillman under property number such and such. All right. I guess I'll read this last paragraph. So my Axon body camera was on while I was on the scene, and the video has been uploaded into Spillman under property number such and such. Glenn County coroner was notified, and Coroner Christie such such arrived on the scene. They pronounced the time of death to be 1346 or 246 was when he passed. Yes, 246. Glenn County CID was called to the scene, and upon their arrival, the scene was turned over to them. All right, so that's the end of the report. Okay. So towards the end of this, now they mentioned the two shots. There's no mention of the third shot. It was three shots. And we're going to look at that. Well, we're not going to look at the final shot, but there's three shots. All right. And and the final shot is what dropped him. Okay. So this is the whole point. Now, this is what's given the report. Of course, we don't have videos. We don't have video footage of the McMichaels rolling up beside him, yelling "Stop! We just want to talk." We don't see that. We don't see that. All right. What we do see is what we saw in the front. We saw the truck stop, and then we see McMichael. I mean, not McMichael, but Ahmaud running what looks like towards the truck in the direction where the truck was, and Travis outside of the truck with the gun, and so on and so forth. And you hear them shouting at him at that point. You do hear them shouting at him, whether they were saying stop or something like that. They was yelling, but Ahmaud he kept going. All right. So let's pause here because this is a lot to digest. We haven't even looked at the video yet, guys. Once I said we're gonna take our time with this, I'm already 30 minutes in, guys, and I ain't even got to the video footage yet. So this may be a long night, and if a lot of you guys leave, I understand, and just have to watch another replay. I'm gonna try to keep this going because I don't want to have to come back to this again tonight. I really don't. There's a lot in this, so I want to deal with it. So let's get to some of the comments because I know that was a lot to look at. All right, so we got and if I pronounce this name wrong, I'm sorry. It's Dennis Takashima. Please tell me if I said that wrong, man. I'm sorry if I did. So when two guys yell at me, they want to talk while chasing me. I am not thinking talk's going on. Exactly. I feel you. I would feel the same way. If this, and keep in mind, this is all if the premise is true that this is just Ahmaud just having to be minding his own business, and these men just starts chasing after him, and then he's like, "Stop! We want to talk to you. Hey, I got a gun. I want to talk to you." Like no, I'm not going to believe that either. All right, this is off of that same premise. Now, Ethan Tanner says, why would he want to get away if he did nothing wrong? Well, see, this is the thing, man. A lot of people ask that question, and let's be fair about this. A lot of people ask the question, but the thing is, in our culture, especially, and I blame a lot of this on the media, but the way the media portrays how white people are towards blacks, it would make it seem like they created a culture of fear, just like with COVID-19, creating a culture of fear. And so, therefore, our young people, and so I'm 31, so what? He was only 6 years younger than me, but he could have. It could be that hey man, I've been told all this time that white people hate black people and we can't trust white people and everything else, and everybody looking to kill everybody looking to kill a black person. So yeah, I'll be afraid. If you're coming after me and you got guns and you know what I'm saying, you coming after me hard, yeah, I'm going to run. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what your intentions are, but now the question is, guys, Was that the case? Was it the case? Was it the case that this was just a man who was just jogging, minding his own business, doing his thing, just having a stroll, just felt like getting the exercise, and then this happens? Like, is that the case? Is that really what happened? Okay, this is the point. Once again, I'm gonna state the question again. Did the McMichaels have a reason, have a good legal reason to attempt to make a citizen's arrest? Right now, on the surface, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like they do. They said they suspected him of being the person on surveillance footage. Okay, you're not sure, call the police, but you shouldn't be chasing a person because you suspect they're the person, right? That wouldn't be the right reason to try to attempt a citizen's arrest. And we're going to look at that too. We're going to look at the laws now. I'm going to pull all that up. Then Miss Shaya Israel says Ahmaud was running toward them, so they are lying. All right, so was he running towards them? I mean, we saw the direction he was going, but keep in mind what the report said, that he was running in another direction, which is true. This is actually something that came out more and more, that he eluded them a couple times. What we saw in that footage, that initial footage, was just that last bit of that, but they was actually running for a little bit before that incident happened. So he was actually just trying to get away. And it just so happened, it looks like now from what we see on the footage, it looks like Ahmaud was running towards the truck. But could it be that they were in front of him? I mean, he was in front of them. They rolled by him, like they said, and then pulled up and stopped ahead of him, got out the truck. Because what we're going to see in the video is that we do see McMichael in the truck, and then he gets out. You see the door open and him stepping out of it. You're going to see that, all right? So it's not necessarily they're lying. It's just perspective. The perspective we're given and the perspective of what took place. All right. And somewhere along that is the truth. All right. But this is good stuff, guys. This is good stuff. Like, this is how we should think about things when they happen. Okay. Like, who's lying? Where is the truth in all of this? Regardless of our emotions, regardless of how we feel, what is the truth? And that's what we want to get to. And Ethan says, yeah, the video shows something a little different. And we're going to look at that. We're going to definitely look at that. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Ethan. He said 1346, that's 146. Yeah, because 12 and then 1, 1346. Thank you. Thank you. So somewhat with that. Like, maybe it was a typo making it to something then. I don't know. Maybe it was a typo on that end. So yeah, thank you for that, brother. Yeah. So I get my military time mixed up. So I do appreciate that. All right. Then it says you pronounce it correctly. Cool beans. That's what's up. He said, dude, I am half white and half Asian. I probably would run too if two guys would aggressively follow me and they had guns. For sure. For sure, Dennis. All right. So maybe take out a map and show which way he was running. I don't know. It would take me a minute to pull up a map of that area to do that. But guys, this report, and I may put it in the description later. I may put all these links in the description of this video. If you want to see that report, it's online, and you can follow what the incident report says on that. As far as the streets of name, I'm not familiar with Brunswick, so I wouldn't know what street that was. I guess you could pull up on Google Maps and it show up like that. But yes, it does say he turned around. It does say he turned around. And so that's that. All right. So now, real quick. So the question is, did they have an authority to make a citizen's arrest? So before we look at anything else, let's look at Georgia's laws on making a citizen's arrest. All right. We're going to get into the open carry stuff and all of that. But right now, let's look at that. Was it lawful for them to make a citizen's arrest? And let's look at the Georgia law for making arrests. All right. And thank you guys for bearing with me through all this. There's a lot of information to get through. Now, of course, there are a lot of pages you can go to and websites you can go to get Georgia codes as far as what their laws are. This is one I found that was just simple, and it was easy to find. It was simple, and it just kind of lays it out for you. So it lays out the points of an arrest, like and while you get the Miranda rights and everything else. So yeah, and what a warrant, warrant typically would look like for somebody who's issued a warrant. And so yeah, so going down to this section here. Citizen's arrest. That's what we're going to look at. We'll make sure you guys can see it okay. All right. So this is Georgia's laws for making an arrest. citizen's arrest. As a private citizen, you have no authority to arrest anyone with a warrant. All right. So very clear. No authority to arrest anyone with a warrant. Now, without a warrant, you may arrest anyone who commits a misdemeanor or a felony. Now, a lot of people will say, "Oh, he ain't steal nothing. He didn't commit no felonies. They had no reason to attempt the citizen's arrest." According to Georgia law, it could be a misdemeanor or a felony. If a person commits either one of those, they can be under arrest. All right, so that's Georgia law. You can agree with it, disagree with it. Like I said, this case may cause Georgia to rethink its law. It may say that they may change it to where it's only a felony offense that somebody can attempt an arrest, civil arrest, a citizen's arrest, a citizen's arrest. But here it's even a misdemeanor. All right, so yes. So anyway, let's continue. I don't want to jump too quick, but yes, commits a misdemeanor or a felony. All right. So a lot of people talking about, oh, he didn't take anything, he didn't do this. It doesn't matter. You know, was there a misdemeanor involved? And we're gonna look at that too. Now it says who commits a misdemeanor or felony in your presence. So that's very key. In your presence, but this "or" is there. Or with your immediate knowledge. So, in your presence would entail that you've seen it, that you're an eyewitness to the event, right? But then you got this point on here that says with your immediate knowledge. All right. So immediate knowledge doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have seen it happen, but it's in your immediate knowledge. That means this is like right now. This isn't like 2 weeks down the line that you just finding out about it and you want to go arrest somebody. This is not even 2 days later, 24 hours later that you find out and you want to arrest somebody. So keep in mind, if Ahmaud was just walking down the street, and now keep in mind what the police report said, guys. What the police report said before we get into anything else, what that police report said. They saw him running and they said, "Hey, this is the guy who's on the video. We got to stop him." All right. Now, if all that was that they remember him from the other day, from seeing him on surveillance footage from the other day, then no, they would have no right to attempt this here because immediate knowledge. And it wasn't in their presence, but they have immediate knowledge. All because you have surveillance footage doesn't mean you can just go and arrest at that moment. All right, because you've seen it from the other day. All right, you can turn in that footage and let the police do their job at that point. So if a mom was just walking down the street and happened to notice him, they could have called the police. Say, "Hey, we see the guy who's suspected to have been, burglarizing our homes and stuff like that. He been on footage. He's walking down the street right now. He's wearing such and such. That's him. Gave a description. You did your part. Okay." So at this point, what we know, no, they would not have a right to make an citizen's arrest off of that because it wasn't their immediate knowledge. It didn't happen in their presence because it wasn't their property. It was somebody else's property. So it wasn't in their presence, and they did not have immediate knowledge of it. Immediate knowledge. All right. Then it says a citizen's arrest occurs. That gives you an example. A citizen's arrest occurs when a citizen prevents a suspect from leaving a scene. This is the key. Citizen's arrest occurs not when a citizen literally has to tie you up, but they prevent you from leaving the scene. All right. So the point is to keep you from leaving the area where the crime has taken place, or the area where the crime taken place. All right. So it's funny. They're gonna give an example here, but it's an old story dealing with Walmart. Like if you was caught stealing at Walmart and you happen to leave out of Walmart employees who are there to like be security guards and to watch out for theft, they're not allowed to chase you outside of that area, outside of the store, because you left the store. You know what I'm saying? You left that store, they're not allowed to chase you. Now I hope they don't give anybody no ammunition, think they can just go shoplift. But now that may have changed. But I know when I was younger growing up, that was the case. And so those people, those store walkers, as we call them, they would be in there and they would be watching you. And before you hit that door, they were stopping you. You know what I'm saying? So here, before he leaves his neighborhood, they wanted to stop him. That's the case according to the police report. All right. So as long as he doesn't leave, as long as they keep him from leaving the area, if Ahmaud happened to already been down the street and somebody happened to came and say, "Hey, I seen that guy. He looked like he was a guy on the video. He's walking, he's running down the road, or he's jogging. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you might want to go get him. Well, Ahmaud's out the area now. What are you gonna do? This is suspect. It's not an immediate knowledge of him doing anything. they couldn't make any citizen arrest off of that. All right.